think, we've got some time on the program. So I think let's have Wolfgang up. Can we spotlight Wolfgang, please, Pit? Welcome, Wolfgang Riebe. Mr. Wolfgang Riebe, welcome. How are you?
Hey, I'm very well, man. Thanks, Ashraf. So good seeing you.
Yes, you look and sound good as usual. We're happy to see you. I was just saying that I know you as a friend because about 12 years ago, you pitched up at my home and had a meal with my family and I. And
Unforgettable.
It was such a moment for me because I remembered you from Abracadabra, and and I was passionate about magic, and Mo brings a TV celebrity into my home, and we met you, and we had a long chat that evening, and it was moving for me to have met you then, as I'm sure everybody that you connect with is, so moving. And, I wanted to take this opportunity first to thank you for that video. I haven't been to Switzerland, and it was very creative, and it was educational as well. And I see you as an edutainer, not just as an entertainer, but as an edutainer, and also for the effects that you performed and the way you perform it is very, very touching and connecting, a real experience of connection. And one of the things you said, magic, through magic, we can bring people together. And it's true. So magic, we have the privilege of bringing people together, but I want to add to that. Magic has brought us together. Magic has brought us together. And to connect in different ways. And more recently, we've been invited to your home. You opened your home to us, and we had the year-end function there, and we reconnected. And it was wonderful to meet and chat again. Always a privilege and pleasure to be around you. And so while I had this opportunity, this is the only reason why I took this job as the MC. I was supposed to be working today. So I said, this is an opportunity for me to actually acknowledge and validate the magicians and magic. And you've done that so well in your video as well, humbling the people who inspired you and got you going. And that's what I'm saying. We've got to give magic the respect that it deserves. Sometimes we might not, stop and reflect on magic. We see it as something that we perform, but look at how it's changed our lives. We spoke about society. We have people from different racial groups, even religious groups. And now we see youngsters, young people. And you are a seasoned veteran in this, and you have been an inspiration to so many, especially my brother, Mo. Mo Magic is my brother. Maybe hard for many to believe that.
I remember him spending nights with me in the hotels when I was in Durban, and I would just share and mentor, and yeah.
And that's why I wanted you up on the screen. One of the reasons was to thank you, because my brother hadn't been to any college. He hadn't done anything in magic. And through the support that the South African magicians have given him, and especially you, and the role that you played in his life, not just to teach him about magic, but you taught him how to be a man in magic. So I want to take this opportunity. I don't know much about your contribution, and there are others who know about you, but from what I know, the books that you've written and produced, the magic products that you've produced, the trainings that you've done, your level of not just loving magic, but living magic. I mean, your t-shirt that you're wearing, your home is magic all over. You're full of magic. You're full of magic, if I just say. And I love that t-shirt. That t-shirt was just, the one with the suit t-shirt. It was like a, perceptual illusion. So your creativity, firstly, magic has allowed you to use your creativity and develop yourself in so many different ways. Magic has done that for you. Imagine a world without magic would be a world without people like you, Wolfgang. You shine. You've shined, through magic, and you've contributed as a role model. I mean, you spent expense to go out and do the filming, and even to introduce us to the people of the Geneva conference. You got them involved, conveying their greetings to us, building bridges. You are, a man of magic. That's all I can say to you, but you're the man of magic. That's what I want to acknowledge you for. You're an inspiration to us all. I mean, I rekindled my interest in magic um, through the comedy of magic, and you were instrumental in that. And so you're all round, you're the performer, you're the intellectual, you're the sensible, you're the business-minded in magic. You're the man of magic, I mean, all round. You have the heart. I mean, you have the heart. I haven't, I mean, look, we can look at the other performers internationally, but I haven't come across a man that is well-rounded as you, a growth-orientated human being, living magic, loving magic, living humanity, guiding people. You, through magic, I thank God for magic, and I thank God for you being the inspiration that you have been for us in so many different ways. I mean, I'm just taking the opportunity because I can. I'm using my privilege here to do this, and that's why I agreed to do this, because I wanted to take. We are taking this. All of us are coming together today because of magic, and it's got no limits and boundaries. It's unifying this beauty of magic that we've been given, and how it's developed you, and you've been an ambassador of magic. And I'm very pleased to have had you in my home, to be in your home. I'm very pleased to have known you, to know you. And, your success is well deserved. You deserve your every success. You live it, you love it, you give, you teach, you open your home, your studio, you open your heart to all of us, So I don't know much about you and other parts of you, and there are others who know, but this is what I wanted to tell you on behalf of others, and this will give you an opportunity to say we appreciate the creativity that you've given to magic, but also this afternoon, what you put into it, the value, the time. We appreciate it, we respect it, we respect you. What you've done means something in the world. You've touched people, you've lived. May you continue to live long, and may you progress and prosper beyond where you are, And we're very grateful that you've joined us, always with us in spirit. You were there. I mean, even during the break, I was listening to every word you were saying about, you give yourself some bread and some water and maybe some chicken and all, and the price. So I've been listening to everything you've been saying, but I've been giving the others a chance to talk to you and enjoy you. And I knew I'll have you as a captive audience at this particular point. So I'm going to give you a few minutes.
Thank you,
just to
Ashraf.
say a little bit to what I'm saying. And then maybe I'm going to call upon somebody else who knows you more than I do to say a little bit more. So, yeah. So if you want to respond to what I'm saying very briefly, but we're going to give you an opportunity to respond more deeply after. If you just want to, you're welcome to.
I just did a show for you guys, man. I mean, I didn't expect this. Thank you. Your words are very touching, Ashraf.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Well, we mean it from the deepest sense of our heart. Oftentimes we don't take the opportunity. When you spoke about the people who inspired you, Gary and others, these are times that we've lived and we've loved, and this is what life is about. When you spoke about it, you could see that you are sincere. These days have come. Some of it we'll never know again. So we're grateful for that. That's why I said early on, I'm so envious of you guys that you'll have been together for all these years and have had fun with your, playing and having fun. And I think the last thing I want to say before I call upon somebody else who knows you more than I do is that I admire your heart and the fun in you. Many people are great performers. Many people are great intellects. Many people are great corporate, good with money and this. But I don't know anybody who's got all of that and the heart of fun. And you're the man of magic from my side. You know what I mean? So, we appreciate that. And somebody who knows you more than I do, who will be able to speak more about this, is Mr. Richard. And I wonder if we can get Mr. Richard on it just a little bit. Can do that. So surprise!
Right, good afternoon, magicians, friends, colleagues, competition. I'm not allowed to say that. Friends, magicians, colleagues, it's fantastic being part of the first SA virtual convention. Pete and John, I think you guys are doing a real amazing job. Absolutely amazing. Speaking about amazing, I think, there comes a time where magicians in this country needs to be recognized for amazing things they've done in the past, present, who knows, maybe in the future. And I would consider myself at age 37 being part of the middle bracket of magicians. There's young guys and then the older magicians, saying that with respect, not old, just vintage. And there's so many of the older guys which I know quite a few other magicians look up to. And it's always difficult comparing magicians to one another and saying, but this guy is successful and this guy is maybe not so successful. It's like a talent show. You can't compare singers to dancers to magicians. It's just real different. But 21 years ago, I met Wolfgang for the first time. In those days, I was a shy magic nerd. Today, I'm just a nerd. Yeah, my wife is just doing that. So, and I remember in those days, his kids were still only knee-high height, and I wanted to learn more about magic. And I think I was the worst magician ever when I started off. And I think the moment when Wolfgang realized that I have the passion for magic and I want to learn, he started treating me as a professional, and he always had time for me. Wolfgang never said no when I asked him a question. And that applies to lots of other magicians and non-magicians also. That's a trademark of Wolfgang. He always helps and he always gives back. Over the years, I've seen so many one-and-many magicians who would come to his house, beginners. Everyone watching today are amateurs, professionals. There's no beginners here. But beginners who would come and they would borrow books, never to return the books, never to come back, but still he would always give back. An awesome example of this would be 7 years ago. To think now, 7 years ago when I got married, I asked him to do an opening speech at my wedding, and obviously to do a magic trick. And he did his signature paper to money, and afterwards, the money, he gave it to me. And that was such a perfect example. Wolfgang always give back. And I remember, speaking about giving back, in his prime, when he was busy with all his TV series, there was a stage where we were busy painting all the old illusions, and my DIY skills are absolutely pathetic, but he still asked me to help. And one day I broke one of the bases of the illusions. But he wasn't upset, he helped me fix it. And then he gave back a few days later when he drove and he reversed into my dad's car, smashing off all the lights and the bumper. But he paid for it. See, he always gives back. Another funny story I remember, this actually happened twice. He's got a reputation when he comes to my house to break my dining room chairs, and also my bridal room chairs. It happened more than once. We can blame his weight those days. Luckily not anymore. So he always gives it back. And I spoke about this in the beginning, that it's difficult to compare magicians who's successful and who's not successful. But when I was much younger, he always took me to shows and functions all over South Africa. I would always, as a teenager, absolutely demolish the buffet. I think he was so embarrassed, but he still took me to so many shows. And these were the days before social media. And I think if everyone actually knew what he did in those days, when he was in his prime, you guys won't believe this. He was absolutely just all over the show. I don't know how he did that. So, Wolfgang, I think it's time that you do receive a bit of recognition for everything that you did for magic. If it is performing or giving back to other magicians or to the magic community. I know myself, mentoring me for the past 21 years. And the moment I think I know everything about magic, then you teach me something new. So Wolfgang, out of my heart, I think you deserve everything that's going to come your way now. I've got no idea. Wayne is up next. I've got no idea what Wayne is going to say and hand over. But let's end off by saying, love Wolfgang or hate Wolfgang. You've really done a hell of a lot for magic. So thank you very much for everything.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Richard, for that great introduction of Wolfgang. I'd like to say to Wolfgang and I come a long way. 40 years ago, we were in the Cape Magician Circle together. We were also in the Navy together a long time ago. And it's wonderful to have your friendship over all these years. Wolfgang, your contribution to magic has been enormous, not only in this country, but in other parts of the world as well, especially the stuff that you've published and that's still been enjoyed in the form of tricks and in the form of books, and now especially in the form of videos and clips on YouTube. I'd like to acknowledge your lifetime achievement and contribution to magic with this wonderful certificate. We hope that you'll treasure it, we hope that you'll display it in a place of prominence, and we hope that you're going to be proud of it. We are certainly proud of you, and we want to say to you, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Geez, I'm speechless. Thank you.
Thank you for accepting it. Those of us who have accepted you, we've been blessed. I feel sad for those who didn't accept you and didn't accept your caring. For whatever reason, I feel sorry for those people, but we opened to you and we let you in, and we appreciate you, and thank you for accepting our appreciation of you, and thank you to our president for making that announcement and handing over that certificate on behalf of all of us. You deserve it. Very well done, Wolfgang. Long live Wolfgang. More success and prosperity to you. May you give more and more till the day you die. May you live and love magic. May you do for magic even more than what you've done. This is our prayer for you. All of the best always to you, Wolfgang. You're the man of magic. You are the man of magic. I give you that title. You're the man of magic. All right. Thank you so much, Wolfgang.
Really appreciate that.
I know you do. You're very welcome.